Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we'll see what...
All right, Larry. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the goal line. Gets past one man. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
They run a draw here on second down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Let's go! 3-19!
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Titan football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now they'll run on the draw. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Back to throw. Watkins. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Operating from the gun, Watkins. Aguilar has it. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watkins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Watkins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, it's a night game, a lot of energy in this building. But the visiting team here, they get the ball on the opening drive, and they find a way to at least produce 3.
And things are just getting started, so you can't say that they've taken the momentum totally, but a good start towards seizing it in this game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
2nd down, here's an option right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, A little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss. Another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays. It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the deep.
There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
1 quarter down here on a frigid December night. Plenty of scoring here already. And we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. As the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really the offensive line not helping him much.
All right, here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw on 2nd down, Watkins. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's out of bounds right at the 25. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field. Because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
First down, Watkins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now they try the right side here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be third down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Green 39. Green.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kelly. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play on third down for the Chiefs. 57 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On second and goal, here's an option play left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Oh, this is a complete mishit. It's no good. Didn't even get it there. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now,
and now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown Titans. A big play there, 81 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. But he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there. And that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Able to slither by. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them, Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Gun. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, second down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass and want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. First and 10. Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Throwing again on second and 10. Watkins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Watkins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick here is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chiefs haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Titans have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. First and 10. Defense will get to the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Now first and 10. Completion is made across the middle of the field. It ends up working for a touchdown. Titans push the lead to 17. Chiefs with the ball, waning seconds of the half. Reed's going to stay inside after the handoff, and he caps off the two-play drive with the score.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Out come the Titans now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that'll set them back 5. From the gun, Watkins. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They run the counter now on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Watkins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Watkins, and he comes back with one complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer, because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him, because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. They find finds an open man, Simpson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. The Chiefs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, and partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got room. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knock it on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
They'll need to get the playoff quickly. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Titans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a handoff as they run left side. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
On now is the Titans punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And out come the Chiefs now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
Thinking pass. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now running right through it. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Norton, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Play clock winding down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. 3-19.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Green 39.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So out comes the field goal team once more. And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. All right, here we go. Good.
They'll look to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus. Yeah,
that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now a handoff here to his running back. Breaks through the contact. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no
Maybe
doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.